titled this mission as a suicide mission. I'm 19 going on 20. I'm thinking to myself, my life could be taken from me any minute. Not totally believing in the war, that wasn't helping matters any. So as I'm sitting there digesting all this, and I'm looking out on this horizon, it was a whole clear area, it looked like a sandy desert. All I could think about was, I could be dead tomorrow.
I have no idea how old I was when I first heard my dad's story.
I'm going to share with you my story, and hopefully you'll get some positive facts out of it. Well, first of all, in 1967, back in those days, they had a draft. You got a draft, you got your papers in the mail, you went and served your country. So that's what I did. Within 3 months, I went into service September 17th, 1967, and I landed on the ground March 12th in Vietnam. When we got our orders, my orders for this particular battle were, tie your dog tags to your boots in case your head gets blown off. We'll know who you are.
He was so lucky. You know, the doctors even today like shake their head. They can't believe, you know, that he's still alive.
And also in with our orders, it was, the word of the day was to leave the wounded and we'll go back and get them afterwards because they were losing too many guys pulling wounded out. But as I always tell people, our soldiers, we don't do that. I mean, we'll pull the wounded out, even if it means risking our own lives.
Well, I think you need to find these people.
It would be a great thing. It's a great thing. Found some of your purpose, Mike. I told you one of my purpose is you being born. Part of your purpose is helping me find these guys.
So, we're doing this then. We're gonna find these people.
Yeah, it's a positive attitude, I hope.
No.
We are going to find them.
Thank you. We are going to find these people. We do not hope, we do.
We will.
Thank you. We went to the Archival 1 building.
Wow! This is
And
it?
you make a left here?
That's it. That is the coolest.
That's the Archives of the United States of America.
Building.
And when we got in, well, most of us got in.
You forgot your wallet and your identification. How are we supposed to get into an archival building?
Mike, I totally agree with you. I left it in my other car.
And we couldn't get into the building. All right, we can fix this. I'm gonna go in, and I'll figure this out for you. When I got in, I had to fill in some information to get a researcher's card in order to do the research necessary to find the medic in my dad's unit. I was confident if I could find the medic, I could link it to the 2 soldiers. However, they didn't have any personal records in the National Archive 1 building, and the staff recommended that I investigated the 2nd archival building in Maryland, as well as the one in St. Louis.
I've been telling this story for such a long time, it has to be true. I felt this total feeling of inner calm that came over me. It was like someone threw a blanket on me. It was intense, but very calming. And I got sort of a message, as weird as it might seem. And the message I was picking up was, don't think about what's going to happen. Take one day at a time. So we can indicate that this will be down there will be May 1st, you think? If it goes by day. Or would this be May 1st?
I'm not sure where May 1st will be.
Okay. See, if you knew a name, you'd be all right. At least you have 2 panels to go to. Then you go alphabetical order.
It's best to have a name because...
See, once we get names, then we'll be able to come back here, Michael.
Well, if you can find the name of the person...
What happened if they weren't killed?
If they weren't killed, you won't find
So
them.
that's what we're saying. We don't know that. I'd like to dedicate this talk today to the 2 soldiers that if it wasn't for them, I wouldn't be standing in front of you. It's hard not to get emotional with that because if it wasn't for them, like I said, they were the guys that drugged me out and made it possible for me to live the rest of my life.
He explained to me how it went into one side of his neck and out the other side, the bullet, and missed his spinal column by a hair. Not realizing where I was shot, I'm head in the dirt, blood coming from every direction, and I'm thinking as I'm going, I'm feeling very peaceful, and I feel this hand like reaching for me, and I'm feeling like all these different emotions, thinking my poor parents had to go through this and all this, and then all of a sudden I'm thinking, well, why did I have this premonition 3 days before that? There had to be a reason, and it's seconds are passing during all these thoughts, and I was able to calm myself down. 2 soldiers flanked me and drugged me about
at least 25 yards, dead weight. And I remember this, it's like it happened yesterday, bullets were ricocheting off both sides of us, and we got back. Thank God we got back to the rear. And I remember the captain, who was behind this huge rock, said, I can't believe that guy has a smile on his face. As I say, these gentlemen, these soldiers were the real heroes. They risked their lives to pull me out. Of course, I got shot. Okay, I'll take credit for that, if there's any credit to be had for that. But as far as, you know, being saved from that, and I owe my life to them. If they didn't pull me back, I'm sure, I don't know what would have happened. I maybe got shot again, or, you know, it was a pretty intense firefight we were in. So my gratitude goes out to them. Major gratitude and thanks.
When we left the memorial, we went back to the car and drove to the second archival building in Maryland. And we went inside with high hopes. We went upstairs and consulted one of the research staff there. Once we explained our situation to him, the staff member explained to us a few different avenues to do our research, but the problem was, we had to go to St. Louis. All I would have to do was get my dad's personal records, his medical records, and his unit records from St. Louis, and we could figure out who was in his unit, who operated on him, and maybe they would know who the medic or the soldiers were. I was so grateful. I couldn't wait to tell my dad. We're definitely going to pursue this new lead. We're getting closer. It's an uphill battle, but we're definitely getting closer to the guys who saved my dad's life.
It's been too long. I should have done this years ago. Finding these heroic soldiers that saved my life has been on my mind, and I don't understand why I didn't push myself to really take this task on a couple of years after I was injured. But as I said over and over again, there's always a purpose when things happen to you in life. And I think my son was definitely part of this purpose, because without his encouragement, it would still be just a dream. Now, through our research, I have the tools. I will pursue this, and hopefully we will find these guys. You have something happen to you, okay, which maybe is part of your destiny, right? But you have choices you can make. Are you going to let that define who you are, that incident? Or are you going to take that and make the best out of it that you can, given the situation? I think that you're in life, certain things are destined to happen to you, but what you do with that afterwards defines your destiny.